Hey everybody, I'm David. How you doing? Welcome to Torah Tech Tips. I'm your Torah Tech guy, David Paskin, and I strive to give you great tech for your great Torah. So today I want to talk about something that I can already tell from some of the comments that I was seeing is a little controversial. Let me actually pull up my comments so I can see them here. If any of you want to chime in, by all means do. I want to talk today about why you should not use virtual backgrounds. Zoom makes it really easy to kind of hide whatever's behind you, and I get it. I understand why people want to do that. You're leading services from your dining room, you're teaching from your bedroom, whatever it is, there are a number of reasons why we may have chosen to use virtual backgrounds. I loved virtual backgrounds at the beginning. I had a green screen, I lit it correctly, everything. I don't think I'll ever use a green screen again. I don't think I'll ever use virtual backgrounds again. And I want to suggest to you 3 reasons why maybe you shouldn't either. All right, here we go. Ready? Number 1, technically, keying, which is the process that virtual backgrounds uses, which means cutting you out from your background and replacing the background with something else, is not easy. It's technically really challenging. That's why when you're watching TV shows that use keying, like the weather or something, they have big fancy studios. That's why they have those big fancy studios, because the technology is really pretty intense. You have to have a really high quality camera. You have to have a real green screen. You can't just hope that this will work. You have to have really good lighting on your green screen. And then you have to have a computer that's powerful enough to do all the processing that goes along with keying out your background. Zoom is really powerful at trying to do a good job, but it's not a fantastic job. Now, I don't know if any of you took a close look at this image, but I wonder if I can make that bigger. Let me see if I can make that bigger for you so you can see, because I took this from Zoom, right, using their technology. Let me make it bigger. Can you see what's wrong with this picture? So first of all, you see all this fuzz around me. You see that half of this is not even keyed out over here. I get down by my hand. There's a lot of stuff going on here that makes this not a pleasant experience. And the truth is, I didn't do anything to this image. I literally just took a screenshot in Zoom of myself using the green screen technology in Zoom. So the first reason why you maybe shouldn't do it is because it's really hard to do well. All right, second reason why maybe you shouldn't use virtual backgrounds: bad Zoom fatigue. Now I've talked about this, right? That my belief that there's no such thing as Zoom fatigue, there's only bad Zoom fatigue. You see, our brains can only do so much at any one time, specifically when it comes to attention. Our attention focuses, we are hardwired to look for distractions, right? Squirrel! We are hardwired to be distracted. And every time you use a virtual background, you're inviting into your stream more distractions. You're inviting in the blurred edges around you. You're inviting in the missing arms that seem to go missing every now and again. You're inviting in lots of extra stuff that can be distracting to our brains. And that all contributes to bad Zoom fatigue. So first of all, it's really hard to do virtual backgrounds well. And second of all, using virtual backgrounds by definition adds to the mental load that we are placing on those people who are watching and participating with us. We need to tear that wall down. We need to not add any more mental load. It is hard enough. I know any of you can tell me you agree with this or not, but for me, it is hard enough to stay focused on a Zoom call or on a Facebook Live or on a YouTube Live, because I've got my phone dinging and I've got all this and the kids screaming and right and the dog barking and all this other. It's hard enough to stay focused when we're not in maybe our office or our sanctuary or the library where we're learning. It's hard enough with all the distractions we have. Let's not introduce any more. And virtual backgrounds, I think by definition, add onto the mental load that we are placing onto our participants and our viewers. Third reason. I've argued for the past 18 months that we should stop talking about virtual services, virtual classes, virtual experiences. I've really encouraged you to say what I'm doing, even though it's online, even though it's digital, is just as real. It's just as real as something that I might do in my sanctuary or in my Beit Midrash or in my library. There's nothing virtual, fake, or almost about what we're doing in these spaces, until you introduce virtual backgrounds. When you come across to others as if you're not in your own space, as if you've been transported to, what are some of the, the beach or the Golden Gate Bridge or all the different virtual backgrounds that they have, when you bring that fake background in, it immediately takes the authenticity or the honesty of what you're presenting, and I think kicks it down a notch. I think it kicks it down a notch. It introduces the virtual into something that otherwise is very, very real. So number one, it's really hard to do it well. Number two, it adds to the mental load of our participants, and it contributes to bad Zoom fatigue. And number three, it brings the virtual back in when we have worked so hard to say, no, this is real. The experiences that we're offering in this digital space are real. So the question is, so then what do I do? I have a messy room that I'm streaming in. What do I do? Well, there are a few suggestions I have. One is, you're not gonna like this, clean up your space. We've been doing this now for a year, and it's not going away anytime soon. It's not going away. You don't have to like it. I love it. You don't have to like it, but we are going to be in Zoom meetings and streaming for the foreseeable future, and I would argue forever. Not exclusively. We'll certainly be back in our sanctuaries, but there's going to be an element of this type of work going forward. We have now seen the value of it. So clean up your space. Create a space for yourself that you can be proud of. Create a space that you want to share with people who are watching. Some of my favorite experiences on Zoom is when I'm participating, learning with someone, I'm davening with someone, and I see something amazing in their background. I see a set of candlesticks. And I ask them, this is so beautiful. Tell me about those candlesticks. And then all of a sudden, we have this wonderful moment of Torah sharing about something that I saw behind them. So create your space the way you want it to be seen. Number two, you might want to invest in a background, not a green screen, but just a background, something that you can hang up, a curtain or something that you can hang up so that you can still kind of keep your private space private. In the video industry, 18% gray. I have no idea why, but 18% gray is kind of the go-to color for backgrounds. And in part, that's because you can shine a colored light at it and it'll sort of take that color on, but not bright, and sort of not in an obnoxious way like white will. It's a very mellow, calming, easy to work with color. So you can go to Joann Fabrics, you can online, I'm sure on Amazon you can buy them, get a very simple colored background. And then if you want to add to that, maybe grab a cheap little colored light. Even go to Home Depot, grab a colored bulb, one of those smart bulbs, you can change the colors and shine some light on it. That'll give you a nice, soft background. And the third thing I would say is, whether you're doing a background or not, and especially if you're not, think about not only is it pretty, but think about what's in your background. What do you want people to see? What may evoke engagement? What may invite questions? What may spark someone's curiosity? And what might be distracting? So you notice that my background is actually softened. I have this bokeh effect, which kind of blurs it a little bit. And that's because I have a very busy background. I'm a very busy guy. I like a lot of stuff. I have all my tchotchkes and my books and all this other stuff. And I knew that if all of that was just right in your face, that would be really distracting. So I created my scene such that it's a little blurred. It's not quite as distracting, but some of it you can still see and maybe even appreciate. So I get it. I really do. I understand how easy it is to click on those virtual backgrounds and bring those in. We think they're fun and they're cute. And maybe for little kids, yes. But when we're trying to really produce high quality streams, and when we're trying to prevent bad Zoom fatigue, and when we're trying to be real and authentic, unfortunately, these virtual backgrounds don't help in any of those cases. And oftentimes they get in the way. So that's my argument. You don't have to agree with me, but that's where I'm coming from. I wanted to share with you that I hope that you'll visit me online at TorahTechGuide.com. I have lots of resources there for you. I've been doing a lot around sort of setups, gear setups that I've posted there, some diagrams for you. I'm always happy to help. Go to TorahTechGuide.com/help. I'm very, very happy to help you as you navigate these times and find the best tech for your amazing Torah. That's it for this week. I'm doing a how-to, by the way, on Thursday about some great kosher Zoom hacks. Hey, Thea, it's so good to see you. I see you in the comments there. So join me on Thursday. I think that's at 12. I don't remember exactly. But in any case, friends, have the most amazing, wonderful day. Stay healthy. I'll see you soon. Bye.